Welcome to Control4 Driver Development Essentials. My name is Peter Casenza. In this video, we'll examine how Composer Pro plays an important role in your driver development efforts. First, we'll look at the software from the perspective of the dealer or integrator who will be commissioning your driver into a project. Then, we'll look at Composer Pro as a tool that can help you in your development efforts. Composer Pro is a tool that will deliver your completed driver to an audience that will, hopefully, commission it into a project. Let's take a look at that process with an eye on ways to make that experience as easy as possible. When Composer Pro is open with a project loaded, the main screen is divided into thirds. The right-hand section, or the Items area, is devoted to finding drivers. If we look at the tabs across the top, we'll see Locations. This tab, while not directly driver-related, lists the numerous locations that can be added to a project. These locations represent areas where our driver will reside within the project. Discovered. Discovered is a useful tab if the device, for which you've developed a driver, uses the Simple Device Discovery Protocol, commonly referred to as SDDP. SDDP allows for a device to be easily identified on a network and commissioned into a project. My Drivers. The My Drivers tab provides a list of drivers that are installed in conjunction with a Control4 operating system. These are drivers that support devices which have been built by Control4. Also, if you manually add a driver to the project via the My Drivers Add Driver function in the toolbar, they will appear here as well. Search. It could be argued that the Search tab is the most important to the driver developer. Generally speaking, this is the manner in which integrators will find your driver. This can be done by simply entering the name of your driver in the search window. That's great if they know the name of your driver specifically. However, that might not be the case. Users can also find your driver by entering a device type in the window, and the search engine will return all of the drivers for that device class. The drop-down fields also provide a means of narrowing the search for a driver. You'll also notice the ability to sort driver search results by local, online, or certified. Local drivers are the drivers present on the machine where Composer Pro is installed. Online will return all of the drivers currently found in the Control4 online driver database. Certified is a driver designation that you may want to consider for your driver. A certified driver is a driver that has been submitted to Control4 for formal testing to validate that it operates seamlessly with the Control4 platform. This is a fee-based service that is applicable to serial and TCP/IP drivers. Devices with certified drivers receive an elevated level of support from Control4's technical support team. Since these drivers have gone through the certification process, technical support can easily reproduce, troubleshoot, and resolve issues that are related to the use of certified drivers. For further information regarding driver certification, please contact the Control4 Business Development Team. Now that we've looked at the key elements that will help someone find your driver, let's look at some driver code to see where those values reside. You'll notice the drivers are returned by the name first. That value can be found in the name line of our driver code. Then, the manufacturer information is included. This is the data found in the manufacturer line of our driver code. It is followed by a model, and that can be found in the model line of our driver. Finally, the online category value in our driver provides the information seen in the device type area of the search result. Now that you have an understanding of how your driver will be searched and displayed in Composer Pro, let's take a look at some of the ways that it can help you with your driver development. The middle section of the Composer Pro UI is the Properties section. It is helpful to consider the Properties area as a driver configuration section. The Properties area is an interface from Composer Pro into your driver. You control what is displayed in this area of Composer Pro by the code created in the Properties section of your driver. In our receiver example, several properties have been made available. The driver developer has provided a way to introduce a delay between commands that are sent to the device. If we look at the Properties section of the receiver driver, we can see the command delay milliseconds property. Notice that it appears in Composer Pro exactly as it is in the driver code. The range of delay is from 50 to 2500 milliseconds. Its default is 250. The driver developer has also included a debug section to assist with error handling. There are several standard debug choices that driver developers include. Off, where no debug is executed. Print, which provides the debug information right inside the Composer Pro window. Log, which spools the debug data to a file on the local machine. Or print and log, which is a combination of the two previous options. If we look at the debug mode code and our driver, we can see all of the options listed above. Here is an example of another receiver driver that utilizes properties to provide the ability to designate an IP port for communication. Properties are a great way to provide configuration points for your driver. The Documentation tab offers you an opportunity to provide consumers of your driver some information that you feel may help them with implementation. The content displayed here is found in the Documentation section of our driver. The Action tab is used to define programming which is specific to initial installation or configuration of the driver. This is typically functionality which is not required for ongoing driver use. For example, here is a TV driver that uses an action to fire a command. This particular TV can be controlled via IR or serial. In order for the TV to recognize the on serial command, it must first be configured by firing the Enable Power On RS-232 action. The Lua tab is a great way for you or a user of your driver to test the non-XML portion of your driver. In the upper half of the screen, you can enter a Lua command, and the output of that command is displayed in the Lua output window. If there are any programming errors, the error message will also be displayed in this window. Because the Lua command window gives you access to an active interpreter running on the controller, you can modify any of your Lua programming on the fly. You can recompile functions, correct and improve your programming, and add functionality, all without leaving Composer. This is very useful when prototyping a driver. For example, if I enter a simple function named test into the Lua window to print Hello World, it would look like this. Clicking on the Execute button will run the command and the output will be displayed below. In our example, I purposely misspelled print as pint. Since Lua has no function called pint, it displays an error. Now, let's go back and fix the typo, clear the output window, and then execute the command again. Hello World is printed successfully. You can navigate through the Properties, Documentation, and Action tabs without losing information displayed in the Lua output window. However, it is important to understand that the data displayed in the Lua output window is not saved. If you navigate away from the device without saving any needed information, you will lose your Lua output. In summary, Composer Pro provides the best access point for integrators to download your driver and commission it to a project. Keeping in mind the various tags in your driver code that help with driver search will make your driver easier to find. It also provides a way for you to offer some customization of your driver's performance through the Properties screen. You can also prototype a driver that is close to completion using the Action and Lua windows. Composer Pro represents an important piece of the driver development puzzle, and successful driver developers take the time to become familiar with it.